All right, so what's going on, Donald? How you been doing, man?
I've been doing good, man. Shoot, man, it's another day in Monroe. Beautiful paradise out here. So get ready to practice in a little bit, and everything like that. Just another day, man.
Weather's still crazy down there, right? What do we got, like 95 degrees?
Man, look, it could be 95. The heat index could be 115. It just depends on what it is. From day to day, it really fluctuates out here, though.
Hey, when we get down there, tell me about this. Like, I guess there's some sort of like what paddle boarding or like boats that go across the river. What is that there that goes from one area of the campus to the other? What is that?
The Wesley has a canoeing deal.
Canoeing.
A lot of people on campus like to do. Some people actually do like the what is it? Knee board? I believe it's knee board.
Yeah.
People like to do that in the bayou as well. We just got a bunch of cool things to do like around campus. So I see a lot of people trying to take advantage of those things.
Yeah, what else is going on down there? I've never been down to Monroe before. What happens around campus? I know you're busy, you're working, you get school, you're doing football, but like what goes on in that town?
Man, a lot, man. It's a breeding ground for a lot of good high school football, and obviously I'm from the city, so I played at Neville. It's not too far away from here at all. And man, they played St. Thomas more last week. Very unfavorable, decision outcome, but they probably got cheated. I mean, I don't really know what happened, but I'm sure they got cheated. Because it's Neville. That's where I went to school, so they had to have gotten cheated if they lost. But I'm joking. But I don't know, man. It's a lot of good high school football around here, a lot of good competition, a lot of good talent to see. So if we're in town, night and was playing, and they cut us loose, we're able to go and get some rest. Sometimes I'll pop my head in, I won't even know I'm there half the time. I'll just be kind of watching like, what's going on out here?
Oh, that's awesome. Now you were student body president, right? Your senior year there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was that all about? What did you have for responsibilities back in high school? That was a while ago now, but
it honestly it wasn't very. I mean, it wasn't nearly as much responsibility as I thought it was going to be. I had a hand in doing a lot of different things though, and being active. We usually did like a can, drive, food drive type deal. I kind of helped like with that, like a little bit, organize other things in community. We had a few, things strike when I was in high school. We had a tornado. So, we walked around that week, passing water out to families, with partnering with the Red Cross, just doing little stuff like that. So being student body president was something I'm thankful for because it just contributed to my leadership skills.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. What about other stuff that you enjoy doing? I know when I ask this question, everybody's like, I play video games, I do all that stuff. Besides that, again, football, school takes up a lot of time. What about in the off season, summer? What else are you doing? What are your hobbies? What do you really enjoy?
I like to read, I like to feed my mind. I also love music. I like hip hop in particular. Love listening to artists that kind of make it, that kind of bridge the gap between, like the inner city, like environment and what it's like, to live like in these different places that, that the reality is different from what a lot of Americans see, on a day-to-day basis. So things like Kendrick Lamar, Jermaine Cole, just anybody that's conscious that can kind of give me something I can leave with and take with me and kind of give like a positive message or something deeper than, like the stuff that's on the radio, obviously. So, I just kind of try to listen to stuff that's uplifting, thought provoking, just stuff that's going to keep me and like make me a better person around me a little bit too.
No, that's great. Did you have like a secret second career of like wanting to be like a rapper or musician or anything like that? Is there always somebody on the team, like every football team like that?
Definitely. I mean, you got, I think every football team has a few, and then you got a couple guys that go even farther and record stuff. I mean, maybe put some stuff out and everything like that. But I mean, I definitely, I feel like I got a little talent myself, but I much more prefer to listen to the people that are great at the MCs and everything. Just kind of tell you like what life's about,
Okay. We might have to do another segment or something later with either you or your teammates doing that. I really want to see this, this could be big,
You come around, man. You catch us pre-practice, man. You might hear a couple freestyles. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, especially since Coach B added the music, so everybody's been kind of a little more bouncy, like hype and everything with the music.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey, we're always trying to find something that's gonna, go viral, go big, right? I mean, you see all these like stuff on YouTube and these posts, like you're wondering, like, what is it, 3 million people really want to view this or whatever? Isn't that crazy? Like what it is today?
Man, the craziest thing to me is the little tiny food deals. I mean, you got this guy cooking a meal that would be great if it was in the size where I could eat it and get a lot out of it, but they just take it and just make it so small and just make it all these little like almost like toy looking pieces, but it's real food. And so I see that stuff going viral on Twitter all the time, and I'm just like, I don't understand it. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, this is bad, I guess, but
We're not catching you in any like tapas places or anything like that. You got to go to like a big steak restaurant, right? Or seafood, right? Got to get some food, man.
yeah, I enjoy steak. I mean, we got a couple good places out here. I love Longhorn Steakhouse. That's
Okay.
one of my go-tos. My dad loves those, but my dad he can afford to eat those more than I can.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's the thing. Like, is there one in town that's not a chain or whatever that you really enjoy? Like, what's the top one in Monroe?
top one in Monroe to me would definitely be those Steakhouse. Yeah, it have to be. It's downtown Monroe. They got some great quality food over there.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right, we got to hit that up. I was in Wyoming last week. We had Wyoming and UNLV, but I wasn't feeling good, so I missed the Friday meal. And the guys are going to a steak restaurant, so I was ticked off. So I gotta get to one this week. So I'm looking forward to it.
You get the one down here. I promise you, it's gonna make up for the Wyoming miss and some.
Okay, all right, good, good.
Yeah.
How's the team meals and all that? I always wondered that. You guys get like, you get the meal money, you get all this stuff, but you eat with the team. You get all that all taken care of. What's that like when you got your team meals before and after games? Is that pretty good?
Yeah, the team meal before is always going to be, some sort of pasta. I guess for carbs, we get the sausage, the pasta, the meatballs, and then we also have like a form of mesquite chicken. So it's usually pretty good. It's something, you kind of pick and choose. So if you don't want the pasta, you got the chicken option, and there's going to be some potatoes and possibly like some macaroni and cheese. So it's a few different things to pick from, for sure.
That's great. That's great. All right, good stuff. Now, so you this is your 5th year, right? So you're working on your master's right now, right?
Yes, sir.
How's that going? What's that like? Like, how many classes do you take? What's your schedule for this semester, then for the next one?
Well, my program is actually completely online. So I have one class, and it's split up into 8 weeks. So I have one class in the first 8 weeks, and I have two in the second 8 weeks. So it's a pretty big adjustment from undergrad, especially since I went from being on like a schedule that was based off of a time period that's over a course of time, like a longer course of time, to it being abbreviated. And not only that, but I would say like 2 semesters kind of within one semester with the 8-week course like deal. But it's kind of a shock to me because I registered my classes at first and I called my advisor. I was like, these courses say 8 weeks. Like, am I on the right thing? She was like, oh yeah, grad school, courses usually typical 8 weeks. So I was like, okay, fine. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't clicking on the wrong CRN,
Right.
stuff like that. But she told me I was right about it though.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. It's probably a shorter time period for you that, where things have changed. Like you probably have to go back, I don't know, maybe a little more than 5 years since high school, but it's crazy, right? You can do anything online now. I mean, geez, you can probably just go to your phone from now on and, do your class on your phone. It's crazy.
Yeah, seriously. And that was one of the things too that shocked me, like the online deal. And then because you go from doing undergrad and going to class, being here at a certain time, doing this, and eventually as an athlete, you craft out your own day-to-day schedule, adjusted to what you like, what you dislike, just where you would like to be at the stadium, what time you would like to do your ice bath for the day, or like just all these different things that you got to account for that's kind of built into your schedule when you got like a set class schedule. But when it's online, it's definitely a little more, just freedom to move and put things in different places where you want to, so.
Is there any time now or the period in a day or a certain weekend or where you just kind of maybe your teammates or friends or whatever, where you're not on the phone or you put the phone away, or there's just something you've decided to say, not for these 4 hours or this 2 hours, you know what I mean? Like, it's so hard today, isn't it? I mean, do you guys do that at all?
It definitely is, and the craziest thing is, I had a friend named Austin Blair a few years ago, before he ended up leaving, going back to Arkansas, and he was talking to me. He was like, man, one day I picked my phone up and like I didn't even realize I was on it, but I was just on Twitter. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, I was just absentmindedly scrolling, man. I didn't realize I opened the app. He was like, yeah, I had to delete that. I was like, it was the government. And then he started laughing because me and him just got like conspiracy jokes. We got conspiracy jokes, so we'll go back and forth like with different things, like something to fall like out of the sky, like in front of us, like the government, and like all the time. So that's kind of our deal. But
yeah. No, it is. But have you ever looked on the screen time, like on your phone? Have you ever done you swipe at the left? Oh my gosh, I've been on my phone for 7 hours today. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the most you've ever seen on that thing? It's crazy.
For me, I think my most has been like 6, like 48.
Yeah.
It's been something like that, and I thought that was a lot, but one of my line brothers actually, he took his phone out one time. It was something crazy, like 9.5 or something like that. And I believe it even gets up higher than that. I'm sure, but I
Yeah.
try not to. I make a conscious effort not to stay on my phone too much, but it's because like I was talking about music earlier. I can't remember what artist was talking about it, but it was basically just talking about not living life through a screen. Just like being
Yeah.
involved and immersed in like the things that are happening around you right now. You're looking on your screen and you might have just missed like the crazy once in a lifetime moment, like right in front of your face.
Yeah,
So
that's what I can't stand. You're absolutely right. And like I was at a concert, last week or 2 weeks ago, and that's all everybody's doing though is filming every song. They're on their phone, and I'm like, yeah, I guess it's cool to maybe have it after the fact, but I mean, are you really going back to that all that much? And then you just blew like the experience, of the time there, because you
yeah,
probably would have remembered because you've been on your phone the whole time. Like if you just
exactly.
enjoyed it, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. It's just I mean it's today's culture, man. When technology is accessible, to the point to where it's at your fingertips and can be at your fingertips like any time of the day. Like so, usually it is at people's, like.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's more of a form of discipline and kind of knowing like what your limit is and like where to
Right.
stop, like and just hitting that point for everybody. So
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Hey, I hope it should be a fun weekend, man. I know you guys have made like a lot of improvements to like what is it, the tailgate in the Grove area there, like, and then you do the walk. What's all that like, prior to a game? That sounds like pretty cool.
well, the Warhawk Walk is amazing, and the Grove experience is it's a little different now with the construction like of the new medical building, but in essence it's still the same because the people that come out to see us before the games are still in out there. They're just in different places now, and it's pretty cool, getting to see familiar faces, before you go compete, and just kind of knowing like people are rallying behind you, like people got your back, supporting you and everything like that in the community. I catch my coaches, from high school out there like a few times throughout the year. We have like short conversations, everything like that. It's cool also, to be playing games against, Power Five guys on national TV,
Yeah.
and you have a good game, or something, make a big play, people from back home like text you like, hey, saw you do this, that, and the other, y'all keep it up, keep the good work up, we see what y'all are doing, and we appreciate y'all, we're proud of y'all. So that's a very big thing. It's great to the culture. It's great for players to get out there and be able to see people in the community being able to support them. So
No, totally, man. I mean, and I know you've heard it a bunch. I know you're trying to get ready for the next game, move forward, but like, man, you're right there. FSU, you almost had it. It's a 3-1 season potentially. It's like, and I know times have been tough there, for a long time, in FBS. So this could be a year where you might be able to remember and go back and go, wow, this is one of the best breakout seasons that ULM might have. It's pretty exciting.
and we're all I guess we're all cognizant of that, and we know that's the thing, and that's at the forefront of everybody's mind. Every time we line up, because it's been a narrative, here as long as I can remember, and even growing up in the city that ULM, they don't recruit local talent and not good at football, yada yada yada, these that and the other. Well, I mean, since Coach V's been here and we worked, our tails off in order to get this thing going in the right direction, we've constantly, been pulling in that direction, and we've constantly been, improving and getting this, that, and the other, same record 2 seasons in a row, but the margin of victory decreases.
Right.
Margin of victory decreases as far as like the points, and everything like that. So taking small steps in the right direction while getting everybody on board and moving constantly in that right direction without hiccups is being the biggest thing. But I say this year, I think everybody's more cohesive. So
No, no doubt
that's
about
the
it.
biggest thing.
That's awesome. Looking forward to seeing you guys. And hey, really appreciate the time. Great talking
Yeah,
to you, and wish you the best
yeah,
this year and in your career moving forward too, man. All
yes. Thank you. I appreciate that.
right, thanks a lot.